How to handle a kid feeling responsible for the chances, and the father is threatening to kill himself and afraid my kid is going to feel responsible because she isn't speaking or seeing him at all. Part of that is trying to help with the education piece, like understanding that like she isn't responsible for another person's like emotions, she isn't responsible for another person's feelings, she isn't responsible for another person's like choices. But that's hard, so it's going to be a difficult question to be able to navigate, but being able to have them understand that is going to be pivotal. Same thing with the survivor, same thing with a person in abuse. Role models is a big part in healing from narcissistic abuse or enduring it, 100%. Factor of me double thinking and me leaving is the fear that my boys growing up in the environment of never-ending supply coming in and out of their lives. Kate, you have to kind of question yourself, what happens if you don't leave and they're still in the same environment? Like if they're still in the same environment as a toxic person, like what ends up happening there? Okay, because a lot of times what will happen is they'll be in that response, because I get it. Everybody's like, should I stay? Should I go? Let me stay for the kids. A lot of times when you stay for the kids, you end up enabling the narcissistic behavior even more, and the kids turn out to either be the narcissist or be the codependents that get stuck with a narcissist. Okay? Like a lot of times that's just how it is. You have to say, hey, is this environment that they're in 100% of the time actually helping them grow, heal, change, and develop? Or if we took them out of this toxic environment and we had them for at least a minimum of 50% in a 100% good environment, how much more could that be effective than 100% toxic? That's the hard part. Okay? Divorce advice in your 7-day challenge. Marissa, the aspect of 7-day challenge and the 45-day challenge is mainly focused on you understanding and getting to the truth of the situation. That leads a lot of people down that road of like getting to the place of divorcing. As far as like, do we actually help coach people saying, hey, you should or you shouldn't? A lot of times they'll say if you're not having a person that's honest, vulnerable, and consistent in their change, then you need a divorce. You need to leave. Okay, but as far as like one-on-one nuances about like divorce aspect, I meet with people sometimes and talk through some of that, but we don't have anything necessarily specific in that. If you don't follow already, follow Anthony Bompiani or Judge Anthony. He's got some great advice going through divorce in the custody battle. Seeing parent validate child, hold space, teaches consent even towards cat and kid lies apathetic. I'm not sure where we're going with that. Yeah, I can't really figure out. Is there a way to tell the court what the narcissist has done to your kids without the narcissist knowing? You'd have to talk to your like attorney, your lawyer about that. Do your wife have any videos or podcast references to your journey back to each other? How to see if he's really on the path to change or if it's just hoovering? Yeah, Kate, the big aspect that you learn about that in some of our challenges, we do have not videos. Oh, no, we do have some videos as well, actually. A podcast called Trauma, Drama, and Life. The second season's on YouTube, but the other two, the first and the second season, are on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Question whether it works. Oh, okay, gotcha. Validated child holds space. So it works as far as like being able to help the kid actually develop healthy emotions. A lot of times people question if it works because they're used to just getting the child to conform. That's the problem. That only raises more narcissists. He says he's willing to negotiate, not to go to trial. Don't see it happening. Impossible to communicate. Yeah, thank God not staying here in this area for long. Yeah, so he doesn't want it to go to trial. Yeah, I would just run it straight to trial. Okay, and then I would just go straight to it. I've never seen a narcissistic relationship that ended up in a decent ending through mediation or through negotiation. It'll only prolong it. You'll end up spending twice as long in that process and then twice as long in the court process. Just go straight to court. Okay. Typically, they don't want to do it because they don't want to involve their image. They don't want to waste money. Okay. Because you're not worth any money. That's what they think, not the reality. Okay. Oh, sweet. You have a session with me Friday. Okay, perfect. Yeah, we can dive into that a lot more then. Please, could you repeat the podcast name on Spotify? Yeah, no, it's good. It's on all the different ones. So Trauma, Drama, and Life. That's my wife and myself actually going back and forth and talking through some stuff. We got 2 seasons on there, and we're working on talking about a third. So we actually should be talking about the third one tonight on date night. So going through divorce now. I stopped contact with the kids today. Narcissist let my son down as he had a massage to go to. Yeah, and the kids are going to see that. Like, the kids are going to get to the place where they see consistently, like, he's not showing up for him. You'll see that. He Doesn't have a lawyer, so try to negotiate. Will save thousands. Hate him. So, Carolyn, I'll tell you just straight up, I've never seen it work. Okay? You'll waste more money negotiating than you will just going straight to court. Typically. Okay? He doesn't have a lawyer, that's on him. Like, end of the day. But I've never seen okay, let me put it this way, caveat. The only time I've seen mediation ever work with a narcissist and a survivor trying to figure out co-parenting, custody, all this kind of stuff. The only time I've seen it work was when the narcissist had a new supply that was urging him to get it done with ASAP. Okay, that's the only time I've ever seen it work. Otherwise, besides that, never seen it work. What you had just talked about is my exact situation. Stayed for 20 years plus for the sake of my children. All my children are dealing with PTSD from the prolonged exposure of his toxicity. Tammy, yeah, no, I get that. I wish we could have more people understand that. Definitely, if you want to be able to reach out, we'd love to talk to you and love to help you. Family court, social care, police don't help. It's like society supports NPD and sociopath. Yeah, that's because a lot of our society is going that direction, just period, just society in general. We're fostering it in parenting. We're fostering in society. It's only going to get worse. Kids being more entitled, like people growing up this way, feeling like, oh, this is normal. I can just create my own reality instead of actually learning how to navigate my own emotions. You're going to see this happen more and more over the next couple of years. Awesome. But anyways, wanted just to be able to touch on that. If you guys have more questions, feel free to shoot me a message. I mentioned the one guy that I've been starting to partner with and kind of talk through a little bit of how he's actually working to help set up healthy role models for young men, 13 to 21, and teaching them actually how to live, especially in absence of a role model, of a father in the family. If that's something you're curious about, then message me. Would love to be able to help kind of connect you to be able to go in that direction. Okay. Katie, what's up? It's good to see you. But anyways, jumping off here, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to be able to reach out. If you're like, hey, I don't know anything about narcissism, I'm like brand new at it, feel free to jump into our Escape Toxicity Challenge. 7 days, $7, helps you understand about narcissistic abuse, the guilt of being with it, and also starts giving you a step forward and how to be able to continue, move, grow, change, and develop into the person that you're called to be.